In this video for section 8.1, we're going to talk about Anita's pattern. In future videos for this section, we will talk about how to find terms of a sequence, use recursion formulas, use factorial notation, and use summation notation. So, Anita's pattern. Anita likes to doodle in her notebook and has started drawing the configurations shown below. Each day, she opens to the next page in her notebook and draws the next configuration of squares. On day 1, she drew figure 1. On day 2, she drew figure 2, etc. How do you see the pattern growing? So, what you are hopefully able to observe as you look at this pattern is that you are adding the figure number to the previous figure to get the next figure. And I can see that in a few different ways. One thing that I can observe is that as I go from 2 to 3, I'm adding 3 additional squares along the bottom of the figure. So the squares are always added along the bottom of the previous figure. Or I could observe that those squares are added vertically along the left side. So going from 3 to 4, I'm adding 4 squares to figure 3 along the left. I could also observe that these squares are added diagonally. So as I go from 4 to 5, I'm taking figure 4 and putting 1 additional square diagonally along each box, and then I'm adding 1 to the bottom. So however you look at it, you will see that you are adding the figure number of additional squares to the previous figure. How many small squares make up the 7th figure? Well, let's see how many we have in figure 5. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 squares in figure 5. So figure 6 is going to have 15 squares plus an additional 6. So 21 squares total. Figure 7 is going to have those 21 squares plus an additional 7. So 28 squares total. How many small squares are in the 11th figure? Well, we can keep going with what we were doing previously. First, we need to find figure 8, which is going to be 28 plus 8, which is 36. Figure 9 is going to be 36 plus 9, which is 45. Figure 10 will be 45 plus 10, which is 55. And finally, figure 11 is 55 plus 11, which is 66. So add the previous number of squares to the figure number until you get to the 11th figure. On day 52, Anita drew 1,378 little squares in her figure. How many did she draw on day 53? So figure 52 was 1,378. So figure 53, I'm going to add 1,378 plus 53. So the previous number plus the current figure number gives me the total. So when I add that, I get 1,431. What's the rule for getting from one figure to the next? We've kind of already said this, but add the previous total to the next figure number to get the total in the next.